Welcome one, welcome all, and welcome back to Zero Gravity Gaming's Gold League Division 2 this time on ZGG 1 tonight. I am MXL, joined tonight by Tex. How are you doing tonight? It is amazing to have you here, by the way.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be jumping into the cast. This is my first ZGG cast. Not our first cast together, though. Back in the summer, we got to do a couple scuffed casts. This will be a little bit more professional, though.
Oh, hopefully. Well, you never know when it's me and Tex.
Me around, man.
Tonight, though, we do have what hopes to be a banger of a series between Big Duck Entourage Sapphire, formerly Abyssal Sapphire, going up against a veteran org name in Goon Squatted Gaming Gamma. That one is still tough to say every time I try. I'm excited for this. This is two very fun teams.
ZGG versus BDS or BDES. I don't know how to say things.
Yeah,
it's all right. I'm excited. Yeah, there's both of these teams have while they're both one weekend. Everyone's one weekend, right? BDE 1-0, GSG 0-1. It's both have to prove something today, right? BDE is looking to say we are top tier, we are here to compete. GSG's got to figure it out, right? We were talking a little bit before the cast, and I'm starting to feel like BDE's got a bit of an identity for themselves. We're really starting to see it's the James Moriarty show, right? I'm sure I'm not the first person. I know I'm not the first person to say that. And they've got that kind of top mid priority. What is GSG's priority? What are they trying to do? How do they win games? Some of the conversations we've had, consistency, letting the other team make mistakes. Might not be the most reliable, but against a team that likes to go hard in the paint like BDE, it could prove pretty valuable. Maybe we get a 2-1 in favor of GSG. Who knows? Yeah,
big thing to note here. During the pre-show, Leper, Panda, Swifty, and Feathers ranked BDE Sapphire at 4th overall in the group, and GSG Gamma at 8th. They also made sure to tell me between the pre-show and the start of this broadcast, hey, 4th through 8 is a coin flip. Whatever happens is gonna happen. These teams could be at the same level for all we know. And even just the strength of schedule, BDE taking the 2 over Nameless, a team that is predicted to be on the lower end of the spectrum, and GSG Gamma losing to Imperial Paradox, who's predicted to be right at the top of the standings. The fact that BDE is 1-0 and GSG is 0-1 doesn't really signal a whole lot, so I'm excited to see where this game gets us. We are going to get into the draft here in a second, though, so Tex, tell me what we're expecting to see out of these two teams.
Well, clearly Trundle, blind pick, right? I'm kidding. We were talking a little bit beforehand. Both teams seem to have a preference for Trundle, obviously in a certain context. Last week we saw BDE take Trundle as a counter pick to the Sejuani in both games, to great success. From the side of GSG, I'm expecting to see some bans, honestly, both ways, right? For GSG and for against GSG and against BDE, bans towards the top lane. We've got great Ribman with a really solid Mordekaiser that he's using across multiple seasons as his most played. It's a consistent pick. And then on the opposite side from him, we've got Golem 24, a player who's come in and has had massive pop-off performances, got that pocket Malphite, right? Want to see, do they leave that up? Do they risk it? Do they take it away? Myself, there's a couple players on the BDE side, specifically their carry players, Gollum and James, who have a history of playing Pantheon. Now, I know that's maybe not the most meta, maybe not the best pick, but if I get to see some Pantheon, I'm a happy boy. All right, so we see the Mordekaiser, we see the Graves. Graves is a solid pick for Reality, I believe. Taking away the item.
Yeah, Moriarty also having a few games on the Graves mid. It's something that is very hard to shut down if you're not used to it. Not too surprised. This Ivern was hovered before the Graves as well. I don't see it in Reality's account too frequently, so would definitely be surprised.
Takeaway.
This makes more sense.
Solid pick. They took that last week to, again, great success.
Yeah, another Moriarty pick. This just looks like what we were saying. GSG signaling, hey, we're going to try to shut down Moriarty in the draft. Senna, though, banned away as well from BDE, so doesn't want to... BDE Sapphire not wanting any of the fun Senna shenanigans.
I know you're a big fan of Senna. Foxy likes to play Senna as well. It's a pretty solid pick for them. Other contested picks are like Vayne or Jin, which are pretty easy to manage. Senna can kind of get away from you. However, we do see the third Moriarty focus, I believe, with the Twisted Fate. Do we also see? I think Gollum plays it, if I remember correctly.
I doubt we're gonna see Twisted Fate top lane. Might just be me. The Ivern hovers across the board though from GSG Gamma. I appreciate it. Urgot gonna be the final ban here though, so targeting the top laner now, which is a new top laner for the night in Great Ripman. So
okay, so when I was looking at the OPGGs, I saw that recently Black Eyed Peas for GSG had been playing Xin Zhao to some mixed success. I was looking at it and I was like, that could be a riot. It's been reliable lately in the competitive scene. I'm not the most confident in though. I think it can. Now, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's pretty volatile. You have to either start out strong or you're kind of useless.
With that said, though, you're able to steamroll pretty effectively if you get ahead. However, the big ones that I was looking at for the side of BDE, Viego, Seraphine. It's gonna be a rough one. Reality on Viego definitely scares me if you are a GSG, but Xin Zhao does have the early dueling, so we'll have to see. But the Seraphine pick, technically a flex. I think you and I can agree on this one. We don't expect it to be on Moriarty in mid. Might be a hot take.
I don't think so. I don't think it doesn't. I don't think it's a carry play. It's not there to carry, right?
Yeah.
You want to put Moriarty. They pick Moriarty in the second phase, right? That's what they've shown so far. They want to play to that strength. Unless they see an opportunity, right? You were talking about it pre-show. They will take opportunities when they see them to mix up the picks and bans. We see Tahm Kench and Jhin coming through as a response to the Seraphine and Viego.
And Civ are going to be locked in for what we're thinking is the 80 carry of BDE Sapphire. I would assume it's the 80 carry, and I don't.
Are you hinting at something here, Brennan, about Sivir?
I just know some people who play Sivir top. I don't think it's good, but I know people who do it. Yeah, I mean,
I'd love to see that. That'd be
Kench is flexible top lane, right? So maybe you pick this. It's not going to be Sivir top. We can see Kench has been flexed to mid and top lane in pro play recently. Still is a support, can do fairly well in the lane. Into Seraphine, I don't think it's all that good, so I'm anticipating this to be solo lane Kench. We'll have to see. Victor banned away though, so basically this is the side of BDE saying, all right, Shengu is not the one playing Tahm Kench. We're going to just target that out for sure.
Right. Yep, and those are two of their more successful picks recently. However, I do believe Shengu's top picked Ahri is still up. Not sure how well that would fit into the comp that they're looking for, or as a counter to, or as a something to try to shut down James Moriarty, right? Because that's really the onus on GSG is pick something. You've got a control mage player in the mid, give them the tools to be able to neutralize James Moriarty, put down that hard carry in the mid lane.
Ooh, Camille bend away as well as Yone here from GSG Gamma. I'm interested as to what this entails in the draft. The Blitzcrank cover, though.
Oh, don't get me excited, guys. This is it.
Oh! No, don't do this to me! Oh! Not that! Anything but that! Please not Lulu.
We saw them, I believe we saw them play some...
Okay, this makes more sense. So, the Shen matchup... Yeah.
And there's the Blitzcrank cover. Oh, I love it. I love it. Now, yeah, looking at, I'm trying to look at picks here. I'm trying to understand where things are coming from. Yeah. Camille is surprising to me. Yone, okay, I see Yone. That's a pick that James has played in the past, and maybe GSG's looking to get something that, trying to take that away because they feel like it shuts down some of their things, like Syndra possibly, for these control mages in the mid lane. Moriarty,
though, and I'm casting my mind back a while ago. I believe Moriarty has a pocket echo, and if that comes through, that matchup is going to feel awful for Shengu in the mid lane. My guess with the Camille is you're playing Tahm Kench top lane, you're anticipating the Camille matchup would come through, and is pretty solid up in the top side for Golem. I think it would be a fine matchup. My favorite champion in the game just got locked in. I think it's awful here, but to each their own. I think Morgana and the Seraphine feels pretty bad.
Given all the information on the table, James Moriarty, the final pick of the game, is looking to maybe hover. They're hovering it. Obviously, that doesn't mean it's it. 5 seconds to go. The Morgana pick, an excellent selection. Keeps them, it kind of matches Jhin at that range, helps support the team. I'm a little concerned about the team fighting from the side of GSG. Blitzcrank.
Okay.
So you're wrong. It is Seraphine mid.
Okay. I wasn't anticipating Moriarty to pick an Enchanter mid laner. We'll have to see, because you can still build full AP on the champion.
Right.
But the majority of Seraphine mids still build, I think it's like Shurelia's, which, take it or leave it. Blitzcrank into Morgana Jhin. That's okay. I mean, it depends on how Yipsy plays it. I think there's definitely potential for both sides to do fairly well, but a lot of the onus falls on the Morgana player to like do well in the lane. I'm curious to see what happens though. Top lane seems kind of like a snooze fest.
Right, Shin Tahm Kench, not the most exciting. We're not going to see anything crazy. I'm genuinely really excited to see what does Xin Zhao and Viego do in the mid lane, right? How do they interact with the Syndra Seraphine? Are they going to interact much with that lane, right? Is that just going to be another farm fest and it's really going to be a bot lane focused brawl? I mean, Morgana Blitzcrank, that's a classic matchup. Sometimes it can be really volatile. Usually Morgana is pretty okay with the spell shields, these long cooldowns. They kind of line up with each other, and it's all about who kind of plays those microsecond games better than each other. I'm trying to wonder, where is the action going to be in the first 3 to 5 minutes of the game, or 5 to 10 minutes of the game?
Yeah. My concern with the Morgana pick early on, or when it was picked, I should say, not early on, was you're looking at the likes of Seraphine, Viego, Sivir, Shen, trying to spell shield anything there, or trying to really make a mark as this champion would feel pretty bad. Your lane phase is going to be abysmal. You're into Sivir Seraphine. You're never hitting a bind in that lane.
Right.
I feel like BDE kind of counterpicked themselves by picking the Blitzcrank here, just because, again, like, Morgana can mistime a Black Shield or misplace the Black Shield, sure, but Blitz is able to get bound. He's able to get shut down just by dodging hooks or spell shielding them properly. It's a lot of free poke in the lane as well, so Morgana went from looking kind of like a rough pick to just being fine or okay.
At least for the laning phase.
Yeah.
I feel, I agree with you, though. Towards the mid to late game, we're going to have a situation where there's going to be so much pressure on Morgana and Tahm Kench to protect their team. And any misstep, there's so many opportunities, from Viego to Shin to Blitzcrank to obviously Seraphine. Seraphine makes any team a team fight comp, right?
Don't remind me.
So there's just going to be so much pressure on GSG to not make those missteps in the mid game with their protective abilities through Tahm Kench and Morgana. And there's going to be a lot of pressure on Jhin to be positioning in a healthy way to be able to try to deal with the Viego running at his face, deal with the Shin in his face. And I'm curious about their tools to be able to get to the backline of things like Seraphine and Sivir, given this draft.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure. I'm trying to think of how to analyze these teams too. A lot of these comps are filled with standard champions and roles that feel standard, and the comp just feels unstandard regardless.
Right, that's a good way to put it.
I keep staring at GSG and I'm like, yeah, that all makes sense in isolation, but if you have an idea what this comp is, I'd love to hear what you think what these comps do.
So we'll start with GSG, then we can talk about BDE. Yeah. BDE I feel a little more comfortable with. I see BDE, and a lot of it is a skill check, and it's kind of, we're going to, even though I lied, we're going to start with BDE. So to me, it's a lot of a skill check, right? And sure, you have Shen and you have Blitzcrank into a Morgana. Your laning phase is not going to be the most exciting, at least on paper. Again, everything we say now can be completely blown out of the water when we get into the game, right? But to me, it's going to be skill checks in the mid to late game when you have team fights around objectives. And the side of BDS has so many tools, right, available to them to adapt to a team fight as it evolves, to make unique plays, to kind of position oddly, or even to completely blow up someone who's even just a little bit mispositioned, right? So you play around the Seraphine ult. At the minimum, you play around Seraphine ult. But then you also have Blitzcrank hook. You can have a flash Shin taunt for the hype plays. You got Viego who can get in there and kind of flank, get with his shroud, or get his stun play off, things like that. You have all these tools, right? And that's what I think maybe confuses me. Not confuses me, but I'm curious to see what happens with GSG, where I don't think they have as many tools Now, I could be wrong, right? Obviously, you've got Jhin with the snare, you got Morgana with the snare, you got Syndra with the long range Q, but you don't have anyone to be in the mix or to split the other team apart, which Seraphine has, or not Seraphine. Sorry, I see BDE, I see Seraphine. It's just a team of Seraphins. I'm losing my mind here. But I think there's a lot of ways for BDE, a lot of different ways for BDE to engage and make plays in the mid game or in team fights and skirmishes, where GSG has one way to play it, and it's snack someone at range, protect your carries, and then Zen just kind of exists, unless he's like snowballing. That could honestly, I think that's the linchpin here is, does Zen get rolling and completely change the dynamic? Does he disrupt Seraphine? Does he deny Diego the ability to get ahead? Does he scare Sivir away? Because Sivir and Seraphine are the main points of damage. Viego can, if he's going, can do some damage, but they got those 2 points of damage, whereas GSG's got 4 ostensibly reasonable sources of damage.
Yep.
Morgana can be kind of sneaky, right?
Well,
so that
I don't know about that.
Maybe not in comp so much, but at least you have the 3, right? If Jhin Zhao gets going, then you have Jhin and Syndra at range too. So that might be the saving grace in my mind for GSG, is if that Jhin Zhao gets going. I keep saying that different every time. You guys should just clip that for me. But if Zin gets going and he's able to complement the damage that they have from Jhin and Syndra, Tahm Kench does Tahm Kench things that can work. I just don't think it's as easy to execute in my head as BDE's comp. But who's going to say any comp with Seraphine is hard to execute? That's the easiest champ in the game, right?
It's definitely going to fall a lot on how those encores are used. We'll see. I definitely agree it's going to be a little hard for GSG to kind of split up team fights, but Xin Zhao great at disrupting fights with that ultimate, so there is a potential that he's able to get into the backline, make things happen, make sure that Sivir, Seraphine do not have a fun time. If Seraphine falls behind, there is not a ton of magic damage on the side of BDE. Tahm Kench will get very big very quickly.
Yes.
Ugh.
That could be another saving grace. It's a good call. Just sometimes I haven't seen Tahm Kench in forever until this rework, right? And you forget that guy gets so tanky.
Yeah, we will have to see, though. We are about 30 seconds out from loading on into the game. We're going to take a short break till we get onto the Rift. But, oh, I can't wait. This game's going to be fun.
Thanks, everyone, for joining.
Yeah.
This is going to be a great game.
All right. We will be right back. So don't touch that browser. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you on the Rift. Welcome back, everyone, to Game 1 between Goon Squad Gaming Gamma and Big Duck Entourage Sapphire. These are some mouthful team names, but we have what looks to be the level 1 invade coming out from the Blitzcrank. It is spotted. Yipsy knows what's up.
Flash. Yipsy the Flash. Whoa.
Oh, man. New
I
Life.
just get excited with the Blitzcrank, man. I get excited for the Flash level 1 Blitzcrank. It gets my energy going.
This is the hot take of the night coming out. As the Morgana player, just skill the Black Shield. Black Shield yourself, save the Flash. It's fine. Flash for Flash, though. That's still really good, I think, for BDE Sapphire. If New Life had the Hex Flash, a little bit better, but vision goes down, so at the very least, BDE knows where Black Eyed Peas is starting.
Absolutely. That was one of the things I after the Flash, I noticed not having Hex Flash, at least as far as I can tell, right? I'm not crazy.
Yeah, you would see it. You would see it.
That's, I mean, okay, maybe this is more of a solo queue kind of meme Silver build back when I played Silver, right, in comp. I would take Hex Flash all the time, and you just make those plays. But I'm a little worried that he took that, he went for that Flash play without Hex Flash. Nonetheless, everything else pretty standard start. Got some early trading in the mid lane.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Shengu just auto-trading right now with Moriarty and gets the Q off, so the Dark Sphere doing a decent amount of work. Dark binding down on the bot side as well, so Yipsy making sure New Life knows his place in the lane. Comet Morgana. It's a thing.
Talk to me about it. What is the, as the Morgana expert here, Mr. Brennan?
Yeah, it's okay. It's not great. It's great for lanes where you're looking to poke or where you're looking to build more damage heavy, but in terms of just lane, you lose out on the Guardian proc against Blitz. Guardian's not necessarily great. Hook comes out, flash from Foxy as well, so 2 hooks, 2 flashes for New Life already this game. Making this Blitzcrank pick look a lot better than what I said it was going to be in the draft.
This is just the innate energy of a Blitzcrank.
Yeah.
A little bit at sea. Now you're talking about the Comet as a poke option, right? Doing a little bit more damage, and we just saw the snare into snare from Ipsy and Foxy. And we were talking a bit before the cast. We're looking at the runes and such, and we've got Dark Harvest Comet on the side of GSG. They're really leaning in, especially with Electrocute on Shengu as well. They're leaning into this long range, dance with you to kind of do a little bit of damage, and then probably have an explosive team fight with Zhao and Tom Kench try to make things happen.
Yeah, Dark Harvest Jhin, I'm not a huge fan of either. I tend to think Fleet is significantly better for your lane phase. It feels much better to just run really fast through lane. If you're able to start snowballing with Dark Harvest, it feels pretty okay, but just based off of how this lane's played out so far, I doubt that'll be the case. Great Trippin, though, does find TCR Reality up here in the top side, trying to deny the Scuttle Crab take, but is actually hard-winning the trade stun down onto the Viego. He's going to have to flash on out. Shengu picks up the Scuttle Crab in the meantime. Moriarty gets hit by the stun, and that's going to be it, but the Crab lost by the Viego. The Flash lost, the hook down in the bot lane. Morgana gets picked up. Yipsy gets the Dark Binding down on to the Blitzcrank. Life going to be taken low. No Flash on him. He's going to fall. First blood for Yipsy on the Morgana.
That is exactly what Jin Zhao needs to be doing to get his team into a position, to be valuable for his team and to get them into a position where they can make, the snare.
Yeah, Spell Shield down as well. Yipsy's going to find the Dark Binding, forcing the Flash out of Monkey as well. And all of a sudden, the advantages New Life generated bot side seem to have fallen to the wayside in bot lane.
Yeah, already had like a 900 gold difference in favor of GSG early on, 4 minutes into the game. That's an incredible start.
Yeah, that's pretty significant, especially for a team that we were saying coming into this game is just looking to neutralize, just looking to sit back, scale in, get to team fights. To have a 1k advantage feels pretty good. The Shadow Dash down on the top side, and the Abyssal Voyage to try and get out. Great Ribman trying to auto-trade back, still has the gray health. Reality trying to walk him
splash.
down, get the auto with the red buff. The stun doesn't land. Tongue Lash. Reality is taken very low. Great Ribbon looks to want this one. The flash forward as well. The auto. The 1v2 kill for the Tom Kench in the top lane. Great Ribbon finding another stun potentially on a Golem. Tongue Lash comes through. The Abyssal Voyage into the knockup. Golem having to flash out. Does he get out? Okay,
I have never in my life seen Grasp of the Undying do so much work. What was that? That was incredible.
Oh my gosh, Great Ribbon. Okay, I was gonna say making Kench look broken. Kench is broken. Changed my mind. Oh, that was dirty though. The 1v2 kill onto the jungler and forcing the flash out. 13 CS in the lead of his lane opponent as well. And now Drake looks to be the call for GSG.
Critically, GSG pinging it. Shen blew his TP to get back to lane. So BDE is conceding this first dragon along with the other advantages due to the advantages that GSG has gained across the map. I want to rewind a moment. You can see some of the vision here, but after Black Eyed Peas got that initial gank on the bot lane and got that first blood for Morgana, he went into the jungle, stole camps, set up vision, and
oh no, let's get it started. Monkey's gonna have the Stand United come down as Black Eyed Peas jumps down into him, but the Black Shield is not gonna be enough. Foxy ends up falling to Monkey in the backside, and now the Morgana's taken low. Encore comes through onto 2. Morgana trying to get out of this one as well. Black Shield comes down onto the Blitzcrank. He's gonna be taken extremely low. Mulife having to flash on out of this one. Black Eyed Peas not able to find the Q3 knockup there on the Xin though, so just the 1 for 0. The overextension from the side of GSG, and BDE comes out on top.
Yeah, really narrowing, almost having that gold lead in that interaction, I think, from all the moves across the map as well, with Viego taking a lot of gold on the top side with the Scuttle and the blue side camps. We may have another fight.
Yipsy taken low, gets hit by the double E from Seraphine as well. Abyssal Voyage down onto the Sivir. Spell Shield going to be burned. Tongue Lash coming down. Foxy picks up the kill. So long in this fight that he's actually respawned. Dark Binding down onto the Shun as well. The Deadly Flourish. Golem having to burn the Shadow Dash to get out. Moriarty going to take the 4th shot, but that's going to be it. A kill over to the Jhin though. That's pretty big for GSG.
This is so back and forth. GSG is coming out to fight. They're looking for blood at the start of the game.
Looking for blood might be an understatement. Even the over-aggression, they were all on the same page. They were all ready to go. Shengu also taking the blue buff from Viego. He's gotten a bit of a farm lead from all of the fighting bot side, but oh my. Xin Zhao's just been hyper active in this early game.
So right now, we see it. Viego's making his way over to the Rift Herald. They've gained that vertical jungle advantage as all those shenanigans were happening in the bot lane. Viego was taking the top side crab, getting that blue side jungle away from Black Eyed Pea, and setting up for this objective. Just recognizing we made some plays. We lost Dragon.
The TP though, Shengu's gonna come in on the hunt burned. He does still find the stun down onto the Sivir. Unleashed Power picks up the kill. Shengu 1-0 now on the Syndra. Deadly Flourish onto Mulife, but he's just gonna be able to walk on out. Great TP coming down to get the kill, but in the mid side, Viego has the Rift Herald. Seraphine free hitting the turret. Might be the T1 as a response from BDE.
Black Eyed Peas comes in to try to just deny them the free turret, but that is a good amount of damage over to their carry, James Moriarty. It'll be interesting to see what they build. Are they going to build damage? Are they going to build in a way that's going to set them up to kind of make up for the deficits that are happening on the bot side of the map for BDE?
Why does Tongue Lash do so much damage? Just like, oh, that just hurt to watch. Shen gets licked and loses so much HP for that. Oh. So dirty.
He's down 20 farm in the top lane, down a kill. How much gold is he down? Let's see here. He's down almost 600 gold, and has kind of been behind Temple. Hey, they had that great TP play. Looks like we've got a pause.
Yeah, Black Eyed Peas getting hit with the ISP diff. Does have to reconnect to the game, so we should be getting back into this one fairly shortly. Looks like he's reconnected, so fingers crossed.
So right now, looking at the map, we've got Dragon coming up here in a minute and a half. Neither team has much vision advantage. We see GSG's got a deep ward towards the backside of Reality's blue buff. But no team's really making any moves right now, trying to set anything up. Just generally recovering from the chaos of the last 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, chaos is putting it lightly, I'll say. But Yipsy walking a little far forward in the bot side, didn't get too punished for that, is still not getting punished for that. So might be able to get away with it. Kind of.
So unless there's, sorry, go ahead.
No, all you, Tex.
So right now, looking at who's got money in their pocket, Viego has a significant amount of cash hanging out in his pocket. If he gets a reset in the next, I assume after these Krugs, he's going to get a reset off, get some items in, and that's going to be critical for them going into the next fight because they do not have a large amount of damage on the side of BDE going into the next fight. Sure, Syndra and Seraphine are about even in terms of farm, literally even in terms of farm, but item-wise, Syndra's got the damage items, Seraphine's got the cooldowns, which can be significant, right? You have Seraphine for that utility, but you've got, look at these moves. There is nowhere for you to be in this bot lane unless you're going to get hit by something.
Yep. Life taken pretty low. The sidestep on the hook as well. Deadly Flourish is gonna miss. Foxy burning the curtain call, trying to get the kill. Then Monkey's gonna get tagged. Abyssal Life falls to the puddle. Oh no.
Does he get out?
No, Foxy's gonna die. Viego found a wild Jhin. Reality picks up the kill, but Tormented Shadow picking up a kill. Morgana support. Oh my, that is... You don't see that every day.
We were looking. I was looking at Ipsy ahead of the game, and I was looking at their stats right for this season. All of their most played on their OPGG, every single one of them most played on the OPGG. 3+ KDA. Their rel, their set 4+, 3+ KDA, 65% win rate, 72% win rate. This fella is out here to win, play aggressive, and get those stats. Whether it's the kills or the assists, they're making plays and they're part of the game.
Well, we mentioned in the draft, we did not think this would be Moriarty playing the support Seraphine. Moonstone coming through.
Where's their damage going to come from? They have Sivir. And sure, Viego can do damage, but a melee champion into Syndra, Jhin, and Morgana? Tom Kench? Xin Zhao?
Yeah, Kench is going to have a field day.
I'm feeling the exact opposite as the first 12 minutes of this game is gone. I'm feeling the exact opposite about these drafts than what I felt when we saw them in the spectator delay. Like I was like, BDE's got the easier to play, easier to execute draft. They're gonna just fishing in the dark there. All they have to do is kind of play autopilot, right? That's all they got to do. And so far, Black Eyed Peas and the GSG squad have come out to say, no, we're not going to let you just hang out. We're going to make this happen.
Life knows the Black Shield is on Foxy, but Viego coming down into the area. This looks like the play on the hunt popped. Reality charging the stun flash forward, stunning down Foxy. Teleport coming in. Foxy will end up falling. Stand United coming through as well, though, for Life. Yipsy, you're in no man's land. You're also going to fall. Life taken down by Great Ribman, trying to burn the Abyssal Voyage to get out. Reality just with the Morgana autos trying to do something, but the Heartbreaker to get out of the form as well. 2 for 1 in the bot side in favor of BDE.
Now the question is, what do they do with this? They don't have lane pressure bot, they don't have lane pressure mid. They have TP, but they're not going to use that to go back top to try to get any sort of plays.
Black Eyed Peas getting caught out. Monkey gonna Spell Shield rather the W, so we'll just get out. Devour Burn though. Monkey gonna be tagged up by the Abyssal Voyage, flashing away. Great Ribbon trying to get out. Black Eyed Peas having to burn the flash as well here. Great Ribbon shouldn't fall quite yet. Golem. Oh my lord, he still falls! The auto coming through, the pizza gonna get the kill. Life though, trying to find the hook, does not find it onto Foxy. Reality spotted out by the pink ward. Shengu's down in the bot lane as well. Moriarty unleashed power down, but the encore onto 1. Curtain call over the top. Black Eyed Peas burning the ultimate, not able to find the kill. Foxy gonna have to cancel the ult as well. Trying to get out, but the dash forward from the Xin Viego,
oh my goodness,
is such a fun champ. Taking 2 turret shots in the meantime, but very big fight now for BDE in the bottom lane.
GSG just heard me ask the question, what does BDE do now that they won that fight? And they said, we'll show you. We'll just run into him some more. And that's exactly what happened. BDE didn't have to make a decision. Like I said, just play on autopilot. And now, here they are. Like, GSG just walking in. What was the... I'm confused about the Abyssal Voyage to go in after that Sivir. I see the big plays. I see the hype plays. But it just wasn't the call. That wasn't it, Chief.
Yeah, also didn't pop the gray health, so did end up falling as a result. There's just a few misplays from Great Ribman, and another Abyssal Voyage forward. Tongue Lash is not going to land onto reality, but... that's
here
rough.
we see a lane swap to set up for the Herald. We see Blitzcrank and Sivir going topside. What do you think they're going to try to play here? Do you think Viego resets, goes in? Shin seems to be rotating bot side, I suppose. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there from the side of BDE.
Yeah, it definitely seems a little odd to send 3 members top lane here, but it looks like the plays down onto Moriarty. Abyssal Voyage in. Yipsy is going to be in the area. Flash being burned by Moriarty. It gets hit by the Dark Binding anyway, but does not seem to be enough. Moriarty gets out after only burning the Flash. But yeah, 3 people topside. Herald spawning, or Herald is spawned. Drake spawning here in a second, so... it looks like...
Sorry. It looks like they had the intention to go for Herald. Timings didn't work out, rotations didn't work out, and they're trying to reposition for the Dragon Play. However, GSG does have pretty commanding vision control in that bot side with several control words. Viego and Blitzcrank trying to make their way into that jungle over the crab to get vision.
Well, that's what I was going to mention, was it looked like BDE was just going to trade the Drake for the Herald, but do you really want to give GSG third Drake at this point in the game, 16.5 minutes in? Like, this does seem to be the more correct play. They have access to the Stand United. We'll have to see. This fight should break out shortly.
I'm going to keep my eyes on TCR Reality as they have their full Divine Sunder.
Yeah, the Sunder plus the Zergs. Oh, that's going to be rough. The Boomerang Blade's also doing a surprising amount of damage. Stun down onto Reality, though. Dark Binding, rather, onto Seraphine. Boomerang Blade's not quite hitting yet. Curtain Call being burned. Stolen by Syndra. A big steal for Shangu. Zin's out burning the ultimate to try and stay alive. Will not be able to do so. Mulife going to be taken extremely low. Encore down over the whole team. Yepsy trying to do something, but will not be able to. Reality finds the kill with the bouncing grenade. Oh my. The steal goes over, but it is all turning up BDE.
Cross-map ace. Reality just coming in big with that Divine Sunder, the positioning, and smashing that passive.
My lord. Yeah, Viego still really strong as a jungler. They kept nerfing his laning, but chance nuts. I
want to go back to what we were talking about a little bit in the drafts, where the mid game, right? The mid game is where the team fight advantage comes in for the side of BDE. They have just completely turned the game on its head, grabbing themselves a 4K lead, grabbing themselves second Herald. Sure, they lost Dragon, gave Dragon Soul to GSG. The only way that whole fight goes any better is if they get the Dragon, right?
Yeah.
That's little cheeky smite still there. Rubbing it in on TCR Reality, saying you might get all the kills, but this is my Scuttle Crab. But
he's still down 30 farm. Like, he took the crab. Yeah.
Black Eyed Peas spent a lot of time trying to make plays early, and during all of those interactions, Viego was not there except for maybe the last fight in the bot lane when they took that turret, when there was that whole set of shenanigans. Got a fight.
The Spell Shield will block the Abyssal Voyage. Great Ribman will force the flash out. Mulife either choosing to hold it or not having it up. Did just use it on a minion earlier, so...
That's fair, that's fair.
Relic procs, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. Maybe not burn the Blitzcrank Hook, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, so we're looking at we've got 3 minutes on the next dragon. We've got Herald on Viego, who's looking to go into his red side jungle. Possibly trying to push down that top side. But I'm curious what they're going to do. There's a lot of vision in favor of GSG in that top side to protect that last outer turret. But what does GSG need to do to get themselves back into this?
I mean, they're on Soul Point, right? So in theory, you have 2.5 minutes, you take a flip fight, or you just play to steal the soul. It's not bad. You might lose Baron if you take the flip fight, so I wouldn't recommend that. But Shengu's not having fun with Golem in the bot side. The WE coming through, Black Eyed Peas jumping in with the boom, boom, pow, and the unleashed power on top. Golem trying to just run them around the map. But, Jin comes in with the Gale Force to secure the kill. Meanwhile, BDE making the right call, trying to respond with a Baron take. TP coming in. Great Ribbon, though, in the area. Yeah, their Baron take is very slow. It's only at about 2/3 HP at this point. Mulek, though, finding the hook on the Shengu and not able to do enough. He will actually end up falling, so 2 kills, no Baron. Oh, GSG now swinging this game back in their favor.
And they look to take the Baron. Death timers are staggered and in their favor. Shengu making that's their second or third big play with the teleport this game.
Yeah.
They do more damage more quickly than BDE, but maybe it's not enough.
Golem's back alive, is teleporting in. GSG should be looking to back off. Golem does not find the Shadow Dash. Encore misses as well. The Dark Binding misses. Curtain Call coming through. Reality is going to be the target for the time being. Golem going to be taking a few hits from it as well, but a clean disengage, and the Boomerang Blade doing so much work. Dark Binding onto the Seraphine will not be enough to secure a kill. Tongue Lash is coming through. The ultimate as well from Reality, but the Xin Zhao ultimate to deny it. Meanwhile, a turret falling, the T3 for GSG in the mid lane gonna go down. 30 seconds on the Drake.
Big shout out to TCR Reality, making something out of everything. Every time GSG is doing something, BDE is getting something else. Even if it's a small thing like clearing the topside camps, getting vision control, whatever it may be.
Morgana has lost chapter.
All right, walk me through it. What's that going to?
So, Lost Chapter builds into one of 3 items. You've got Everfrost, you've got Ludens, and you've got Liandry's. Your job as Morgana support is not to be doing damage, so you don't need any of them. I would recommend against this in most cases, unless you are the only magic threat on your team, but Syndra's doing very well for herself, I'll say, in the mid lane right now, is putting out a lot of damage. Yipsy... wait, Great Ribbon, I don't know if you want to be there. Black Eyed Peas jumps forward, Abyssal Voyage into the backside. Drake goes over to BDE as well, the hook down on the Black Eyed Peas. He's going to end up falling. Right now it is 2 kills for 1. TCR Reality trying to jump onto the Jhin in the backside, but Great Ribbon trying to do something to the front line in the meantime. Gray Health Shield not going to be enough. Jhin does get out, but it is 1 for 3 in favor of BDE, and they stop the soul.
With an evolved Mirror Mana, we see the 3 of the 4 remaining members of BDE go for this Baron play. In that last fight, okay, so at the start of that last fight, Moonstone Renewer had done about 1,360 total healing. Currently sitting at.
Nope. Okay.
No, does not care.
I was more hyped than I should have been. Stand United. Wait, Moriarty is at 200 HP. Life.
Since that last dragon fight, they've done almost 1,000 healing. That's what I wanted to say. This is incredible.
Yeah, oh, what a huge heal from the Seraphine double W. Morgana picking up the kill on the Sivir. Baron goes over to BDE. Xin Zhao trying to make work happen in the front. But TCR Reality is going to just get the resets, do Viego things. Foxy trying to damage, Yipsy trying to damage, Hourglass popped, but Reality's not going to care. A great Devour coming out from Great Ribbon. The kill picked up by Yipsy in the meantime, but 1 for 1 there. Baron goes over onto 2 members of BDE, but GSG take the fight.
Yeah, that was 1v4, and it kind of worked for a little bit there. TCR Reality is taking these small little advantages for themselves across the game. They see what Black Eyed Peas was doing across the map, trying to balance it out, and now that's paying dividends in this mid to late game. They have an excellent team fight. A lot of disruption, a lot of support from the Shen and the Seraphim, and he's able to just get in there and do damage, be disruptive, and just make it happen.
All right, the Ludens scares me even more. Damage over time champs really like Leandries. It's really good against heavy frontliners. I would argue Viego's a frontliner. Granted, he's building a lot squishier than most Viegos I see, so okay, fine. Shen, pretty strong frontliner as well. Blitzcrank, also another frontliner in most cases, even though his health bar doesn't look it, he can be susceptibly tanky. Not huge on the Ludens. You're not bursting someone with Morgana in most cases, so we'll have to see, but that's the verdict.
Just applying pressure across the map, the Ludens Morgana getting chunked to below half health. Curtain call to threaten. Not by much.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. If you're looking to force there, it could work out, but Golem still has the stand united. Still feels fine. Shengu, though, finding the stun down onto the Blitzcrank. Mulef going to be taken pretty low. Does get the mana shield popped as well. Trying to fish for hooks over the wall.
This inhibitor is just going to drop.
Yeah, the hook does not end up landing. No rocket grab for Mulef. Baron Cannon Minion will take the inhibitor. The Deadly Flourish down onto the Seraphine will be able to sidestep the Dark Binding, however.
Yeah, this is what you do. You have this advantage. You take Baron and you take structures. You don't overcommit. You've broken the base. You got supers running down mid. You have the ability to control the map. You control that mid lane with these supers. There is nothing that GSG can do until that inhibitor is back up, outside of just stepping into their jungle a little bit, right? They cannot press past river. They jump. If they try to go for this dragon, there is a good chance that a TP from Golem, a TP from Seraphim into the base after a lost fight can spell doom for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the wave states, everything in favor of BDE right now, and I got a feeling that Black Eyed Peas is not going to be able to secure this one. This should be the second Drake going over. I cracked myself up. This should be the second Drake going over to BDE. Yeah, I don't see a world in which this gets stolen unless Yipsy somehow, with Damage Morgana, is able to do so. Great Ribbon finds Seraphine Sivir. Not a very fun combo to fight against. It's good spell
if he
shield
runs, he doesn't need to be worried, but he could be worried now.
Yeah, it's taken low. Does have access to the teleport, though, so Great Ribbon probably just going to take the reset. I don't think they're looking to contest the soul. If anything, Black Eyed Peas looks for the steal at this point, but even that doesn't look to be the call. Actually, they look like they might want to fight here. Xin Zhao gets in, but does not find the Drake. TCR Reality picks someone up. Flash burned by Black Eyed Peas. On the hunt, though, for Monkey. Trying to do something with it. Golem, though, not going to find the Shadow Dash onto the Xin Zhao. So, all in all, Drake goes over 0 for 0. EFC finds the route down onto Reality, but will not be able to do much more with that. Flash Hook is going to whip. Abyssal Mulef gets popped. Abyssal Voyage into the backside as well. Moriarty with the 2-man ultimate. The Encore going to come through. Black Eyed Peas jumping forward. Goredrinker is still going to get popped. Reality, though, trying to get in. Does have the Xin Zhao and will get hit with the Stand United, trying to do something. Picks up the Syndra. Yipsy and Jin, the only ones alive, and I don't think that they have enough in the tanks to do it. This should just be it. BDE Sapphire with a very back and forth game one, potentially, and that should be the nail in the coffin. Foxy ends up falling.
Some damage, but is it enough?
Yeah, just hitting. Yeah, okay. Moriarty doing Seraphine things. Nexus being focused down. BDE Sapphire. Don't do this to me. This should just be game, right? Right? Moriarty taking low. Yeah, okay. Game one.
It says, we are going to win this. I have put so much work into this. We're getting this W. What a match.
I got really scared because I thought that game-ending call was going to be wrong. They're playing it a little bit. Moriarty, we had concerns around the Seraphine play, or the Seraphine pick, and then building the full support build. It's still ridiculously strong, but
they had over 4,000 healing in the last frame of that game. 4,000 healing total from the Moonstone.
Yeah, that's just Moonstone. And then it also did a 3,800 bonus healing and shield.
Yeah.
Why? I hate the enchanter items.
This goes to show, though, the absolute flexibility. At least, I mean, obviously, this is the fourth match, or the third game they've played in the season.
Yeah.
So clearly, it's okay to make wild assumptions about how this team works. But clearly, BDE is incredibly flexible, right? They've shown they can carry now through 3 of their 5 positions. So let's see what they can do with the bot lane. Maybe that's the next draft. Is we give the bot lane something wild to play with, right? This Viego. It could have, honestly, the Viego pick could have been anything. I think it was the way TCR Reality played this match, getting those small leads that paid off in the long run. The rest of the team holding on tight, having a good supportive play, and just winning around objectives in the mid to late game.
You say it could have been anything. Viego's still incredibly strong. I think the pick helped a lot. Great Ribbon, though, like, that Tom Kench performance in the early game was really nuts. I think towards the mid-late, it was a little lackadaisical, I think is the word I'd use. Just kind of walking forward or Wing forward with the idea of, hey, I saw one person, and not thinking about where the rest of the team was. I think if you're able to rein that in just a little bit, that, like, some of these engages could have turned very differently. I keep thinking back to the Drake fights, right? It was just so many times Kench, like, surviving and doing so much damage, but only so much you can do when 3 people are hitting you simultaneously, right?
Yeah, I really think it came down to the game was relatively even after some play. BDE did a good job of getting themselves back into the game. GSG had a really strong first, like, 8-9 minutes. And there was that set of shenanigans where there was no dragon, there was no herald, there was a fight in the bot lane, and BDE won it, and we got that Tom Kench Abyssal Voyage, and that kind of set in motion a series of events. You cannot blame one moment for the loss of a whole game, generally speaking.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But that was the thing that kick-started BDE and let them just run with it, right? That allowed that, to me, that set TCR up for his little personal investments. You know, when they were losing the dragons, he was on the other side of the map, getting that first herald, getting some gold in his pocket. And then all of a sudden he gets a big influx from that fight, and that fight after the fight, and it's just off to the races from there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think one big thing to note as well, a lot of teams do this, and anytime I play against it, I do this too. I forget that Shenar exists, and it seemed at a few points like that was a common theme, where Stand United would come through, and then the team sitting on their hands going, well, big shield. It sucks. There's not a lot that they can do to deal with it, so completely understand that. It happens. It feels rough when it does. But with that, Game 1, going over to Big Duck Entourage Sapphire. We'll see if GSG Gamma's able to bring this one back in Game 2. But we are going to take a short break before we get into that one. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
See you guys in a moment.
Welcome back, everyone, to Game 2 between Goon Squad Gaming Gamma and Big Duck Entourage Sapphire. Still very hard to say all of those. We are getting into the picks and bans for Game 2. BDE taking a back-and-forth Game 1. Tex, what do you expect to see changed in the draft going into Game 2? GSG selecting blue side once again here.
It's hard to say. I want to see GSG had such a great early game. I would love to see them do the exact same thing with a champion that can go the distance, right? Like it feels like Jin Zhao didn't go the distance, wasn't the tank that they needed.
Ooh.
All they had was wow, okay, that is puffing your chest a little bit. That's saying, hey, you took Viego, we take Viego. You don't get it, and we have just as much confidence. All the bans so far are the same. BDE taking away the Mordekaiser from Ribman. Oh my goodness, this is rapid fire. Zaya Rakan, a successful, solid, reliable, and even playmaking bot lane for the side of BDE. GSG taking Viego, hovering the Ivern as we've been doing all night.
Yeah.
Please take the Ivern. Do it.
It's not gonna happen. You don't pick Ivern against Zyrakan. That doesn't sound fun. What you do pick though is Morgana. Morgana's great here. Please, Morgana.
Well, we talked about it. I'm not sure how much confidence they have in the Morgana pick.
This is fine.
They got the Leona. Let's go.
So
sorry. Go ahead.
I do want to touch on a few things here. Viego, just very strong pick. Taking it away, really like that. Zyrakan, BDE found success with last week as well. Really like that pickup on top of it. Kai'Sa Leona, a very good containment / shutdown lane for Zyrakan as well. So there is a lot of potential for this bot lane to be super explosive. Volibear locked in now. Top jungle, how are we feeling about that? Kench band, probably top then maybe? What do you think?
Volibear top jungle, is that the question?
Yeah. Where's he going?
Sorry, I was looking at some OPGGs trying to think, and I don't have a good answer for you. Reality is on the side of BD. Reality is a bit of an unknown for me. I could see. I think same as Seraphim last time. That's a flex pick. Like you said, where's it gonna go? We're not gonna know until the final pick of the draft. Because we didn't know with Seraphim. Well, we thought we knew with Seraphim. I'm not going to commit to anything because I think it can go both ways. They've got the last pick. So far, Pocket Malphite, it's still there. They did pretty well with basically one source of damage outside of
no.
Viego.
I mean, you mentioned Pocket Malphite, and now I'm seeing what this comp is going to be. Pocket Malphite sounds really good with this comp.
Right?
Oh,
you
no.
Got all this engaged.
Oh, it's going to be Malphite. It's gonna be Malphite. Orianna locked in.
Does GSG see it and just take it away? Please, just take it away, GSG. See it and take it. See it and take it.
You have to, right?
You can't give that away. Like it's one of their most well-known picks. They play it anywhere. You've got Volibear, Orianna, Rakan, Zaya, who doesn't care if their front line is gone from them, right? Like.
Vixer, right I like this. I like this. Now, Malphite. Right?
Take it away. I mean, Malphite can work with their comp too. It gives them that second tank. They have 3 other sources of damage. If it has to go into Volibear, that's fine. If it has to go into something else, blind, that's also fine. And oh my goodness, I am so anxious. There's nothing else I'm thinking about beyond what is this last pick?
No.
No. What are you gonna do?
No, this is the easiest Malphite of your life, Golem.
Did they do it?
Golem just insta-locks Malphite here. You're into Aatrox Viego as your 2v2. You have Orianna, Rakan. No way, Fiora! What? Okay.
We've been baited. We were baited. Oh my goodness.
What is League of Legends?
You know what? BDE has shown some
BDE.
S-tiered.
BDE has some BDE. I can say that much.
Yes. They got some BDE going on. I was excited for the Pocket Malphite. Fiora versus Aatrox, that's going to be an interesting matchup. Not in the big picture of things, I'm not as excited about the Fiora, but I'm interested in it. Now, the rest of the comp on BDE's side, I think, is similar. It's a pretty solid, pretty straightforward execution, right? Get through laning phase, team fight, win by objectives. Skill check in the team fights in the mid game. GSG's side, again, last time I was saying it, I felt like I think they've drafted themselves into something that's a little bit harder to execute, although maybe not by much. The only thing that's like when we're comparing one side to the other that's more difficult to execute is like Volibear versus Viego and Victor versus Orianna in terms of mechanics. But beyond that, everything seems to be on par with each other. There's a bit more of a vision, I think, for the draft from BDE. GSG's got kind of a brawly, scrappy team fight, right? You've got Leona and Viego who want to get in there, kind of be in that mid. They want to engage. They want to sit in that middle of that fight, disrupt, CC, set up Kai'Sa for damage, set up Victor to get his lasers off. Aatrox kind of complements that, so that seems to be their mantra is kind of death ball in there, let Kai'Sa and Victor dance around the edge of the fight. BD on the other side kind of want to do something similar, right? You want a death ball in there, you want Orianna, you want Volibear to jump in, you want Rakan to support that, do the dance with Xayah and Fiora playing around the edge of the fight, looking for a way in.
Do you even want Fiora in the fight, though? Like, this champion thrives on 1v1s, 1v2s in the side lanes, trying to just split push down your throat for the game.
That's a good point. Does anyone on the side of GSG, is any champion there going to be able to 1v1
no way in hell. Like, Fiora will just be able to, with any sort of a lead, take over the side lanes. You'll have to send, like, 3 people to shut her down. It's going to feel pretty bad. But, like, we mentioned how obvious to identify the win condition for BDE was initially, before their 5th pick in the Fiora. You see Rakan, you see Orianna, you know, hey, we are looking for massive, like, death ball team fight. Hell, you lock in Jarvan here, and, like, I don't like Jarvan. He did just get buffed. Pretty substantially, actually. But
you're saying GSG lock in Jarvan.
BDE. Instead of Fiora, right? Like, imagine you take Volibear top lane, put Jarvan in as your jungler here. Sure, you hate playing against Viego as Jarvan. I completely understand that. That's fair. But you give a little, and then you just win every fight. My concern here is these fights are going to feel very 4v5. You're going to be down on numbers more than likely, and if you don't win through the Ori burst, you're going to get rolled in these fights.
Do they have to come out of the laning phase, like, significantly ahead, right? Like, do they have to be...
Not at all. Like, you can... We saw this with SKT, right? 10k gold down, Rakan engage, you just kind of win. Like, you can make things happen with Rakan Orianna and just hope. But if Orianna's not able to pump out damage, if Xayah falls behind early on, it's going to look pretty rough, I would say, for BDE in this game. You look at the side of GSG, they all want to scale, I'll say. Viego scaling is pretty solid. Victor scaling is nuts. Kai'Sa scaling is nuts. Aatrox is more mid-gamey, but still can scale pretty okay. Like, if they're able to go even, or even get a small advantage in lane phase, I think GSG just feels really good about this game state.
This could be a game 3. Like, just with...
A game 3 angle. Oh, boy.
It could be a game 3 angle. I think... So to give credit to the Fiora pick, right? I think it gives them obviously it makes them play the 4-1, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's their primary win condition. Depending on how the Fiora does, it could be a situation where, okay, well, we play it like we have the 5v5 team fight. Fiora is just super far ahead.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm not the most confident in that. I mean, obviously it was a Shin Tom Kench, and Tom Kench is busted, and Shin's kind of like...
And this is a much different lane than 2 tanks going like this for 20 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Great Ribman showed... What I'm going to say is Great Ribman showed some pretty good moves, right? Pretty good laning phase, pretty good eye for the early game and how to make plays across the map. Gollum also had some pretty good moves a little bit later into the game once they got their feet under themselves, right? Caught up a little bit on farm. This is entirely a different matchup, like you said. This is two fighters. This is two people who just want to duel and skill check each other. And whoever comes out on top is probably going to determine the way the rest of the game goes. And maybe it's not so much that Aatrox is going to be useful or more useful or less or whatever. It's going to be, is Fiora OP or is Fiora kind of just dead weight?
Yeah.
That's where my head goes.
My concern with 4-1 comps is generally the 4 you don't want to be a hyper engaged 4. You want them to be more of a safe utility peely 4. That's not at all what this 4 is. This 4 wants to say we are going and make sure you know that they are going. So we'll have to see. If it plays out and like the 4 is just able to constantly 4v5, then this draft looks like Super Smurf and it's really good. But I mean, we'll have to see. We've got about a minute before we get on into this one. So we are going to take a short break as we load onto the Rift. But Game 2 does promise to be a banger, so you're not going to want to miss this one. Ugh. Welcome back, everyone, to Game 2 between Goon Squad Gaming Gamma and BDE Sapphire. Big Duck Entourage pulling out the BDE themselves this game. Fiora in the top lane, but the level 1 coming out potentially. We saw this from BDE last time around. Mew might be caught here. They do see him. Flash coming out from Yipsy. The Zenith Blade start, though, and he's just going to Grand Entrance Flash out. Foxy flashing forward.
Okay.
And, yeah, the Q not going to be enough for Foxy. Mew Life just going to walk on out of this one. Moriarty, though, taken to about half HP. Will probably have to take a reset. 2 flashes and an ignite for just the flash out of the Rakan. That is beyond worth for BDE. Oh.
Oh. Oh, it's gonna dissipate
Whack.
by the time it gets.
No, it hit him.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. You know he's gonna flash away when he sees it happen. So try to position in a way where you're over the wall, can deal damage, but not let him get away. Right?
Even that, right? Like Zenith Blade is just a micro root. It's not even a stun. If you're gonna flash, at least start Shield of Daybreak so you can just like stun them for the full second, and then your team can hopefully burst them down in that time. It just felt a little disjointed.
A little disjointed, but you know they did it as a team, and that's one of the most important things about playing comp is doing it as a team. This is not solo.
Oh yeah, and Yipsy no longer having the flash. Zenith Blade did go down onto Monkey, but Monkey is just having a field day with that W. The double W start on Zyra still incredibly strong and has been since their release. So very well played by the bot lane of BDE.
Yeah, let's take a look at some masteries here. We see TCR Reality to press the attack, which I think is one of 2 or 3 good options for Volibear, right? Allows him to duel, allows him to trade, and even set up his team in the mid game for dealing damage on whoever he's at.
The Zenith Blade down onto the Rakan into the stun heal being burned in the bot side. Very good pick off by Yipsy on the Leona. Oh, that was
Volibear making his way down.
Yeah, and actually it doesn't look like GSG knows this is happening. Zenith Blade onto Mewlife as well. Volley shows, flash forward onto Foxy, who's going to be taken low. Grand entrance to secure the kill. First blood to Reality on the Volibear. And a very big shutdown in the bot side early on.
A lot of aggression from both sides here, but it's coming up BDE, right? Lots of flashes for just the Rakan flash early. Lots of aggression in this level 1, level 2, level 3 space for Leona and Kai'Sa. Still comes up first blood for BDE. Volibear says, "All right, you want to be up there? I'm going to be here. I'm going to take these kills."
Yeah, the current state of top lane feels pretty interesting as well. Golem opting into this matchup did pick the Fiora on the R5. Not doing too hot, it would seem. Not having too much fun. Down to about 300 HP. Aatrox still basically full, so, you know, he's feeling pretty good.
We may have a conflict in the red side jungle over here on the top side of the map.
That's gonna be it. Apparently, Black Eyed Peas not wanting to go forward, does not want to... Ooh. Oh, Golem, though, gonna be taking very low flash from Great Ribman.
Whoa, the cheeky smite steal again. This time with a little bit more impact. That means 2 really important camps have been taken by Black Eyed Peas in away from Volibear.
Yeah, we actually saw this in last game too. Reality doing the same on this volley. Grand entrance down the bot side though into the Blade Caller. It's not going to be enough for the kill. Ignite down onto Foxy as well, but Yipsy and Foxy taken very low. Oof.
Yeah. We're seeing the flip of what happened last game for the junglers. Volibear showing early bot side, trying to get some early pressure down, first blood, and the Viego on the other side of the map takes the other side of the map. We'll see if it pays as much in the long haul.
Oh, good riposte coming out from Golem as well there. Definitely this is the fun part of the Fiora Aatrox matchup. All of his knockups and hard CC are super telegraphed and or easy to dodge. You have enough mobility to get out of them. Pretty easy to riposte as well. Black Eyed Peas showing up in the top side though. Yeah, just even like that. The Infernal Chains come through and then Fiora just dashes out. Like, nobody really cares. Very good response from BDE, securing the first strike of the game. Should be uncontested, should be free.
Yeah, despite a rough farming situation or a rough CS situation for TCR
Oh
Reality.
no, Great Ripman doesn't have the flash, the solo kill for Golem in the top lane, all off the back of that beautiful riposte.
That is the definition of patience and discipline from Golem 24 to just know exactly what he needs to do to set up, to be ready, right? He knows when he can kill, and he took that advantage. He took that opportunity. pulled the TP out of Aatrox, right? Aatrox can't not be in lane at this point.
Oh my
or it's gonna
gosh.
be worse. These riposts are incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it's very easy, like I was saying earlier, to riposte the Aatrox, but even then, Great Ribman just, like, letting it happen effectively. Very well played so far from Golem, even after the early roughness in the lane, I'll say. Oh.
I do want to return to my point about TCR Reality. They are playing, and it's the same pattern as before, with a little bit of variance. The guy is taking opportunity. The TCR is taking opportunities across the other side of the map every time they see Black Eyed Peas somewhere, or every time they see something happening on the other side of the map. They are on the other side getting something, whether it's small, medium. This time it was Dragon and pressure and just control on the bot side.
Yeah, well, you mentioned he was always making things happen. Did step out of the bush in the mid lane. Shengu knew what was up, so does just waltz into the bottom river, but we'll have to see. I have to agree with you. I really like how Reality has been punishing all of the overextensions or over-aggression on the opposite sides of the map, so whenever this Viego has been showing, or whatever Xin Zhao showed last game, Reality has been ready to go, ready to draw punches where he needs to, and it's been very, very beneficial to the side of BDE.
A little bit of trading going on in the mid lane, but yeah, I want to emphasize TCR Reality is not going for these big bombastic counterplays. They're looking at their situation. They're asking themselves, what advantage of any kind can I get given the information I have at hand?
Oh, the riposte actually ends up going wide. Infernal Chain's not going to matter in the top side, but a good route down onto the Kai'Sa into the grand entrance. Heal being burned instantly. Flash as well from Foxy. Black Eyed Peas is in the area, though. Life going to try to get out of this one. Has to burn the Flash. Flash also burned from Monkey. And Black Eyed Peas burning the Flash, burning the Heartbreaker, but still very, very good from the side of BDE to stay alive, the side from GSG to force the play and try to draw a little tempo for themselves.
And again, we see moves on the top side of the map, TCR Reality taking those camps. However, they may be in a position where it's going to be a 2v1. Nope, no one spots him out. He's just going to solid his way out of this.
Moriarty sidestepping to the Zenith Blade, able to just waltz on out. Victor, not quite to the first upgrade, but Great Ribman up in the top side. Infernal Chains onto Reality. Thumbs up as he walks away.
Brennan, I want to say that dodge of the Zenith Blade, that right there, that's why we're saying it's the Moriarty show. Those mechanics,
yeah,
unstoppable.
Oh, Golem does not find the riposte stun here, but might still look for the fight. Is he going to issue the Grand Challenge? Does not look to be so. Infernal Chain's not going to land. The W from Viego not going to land, and Golem just able to waltz on out of that one. Bot side, though, Grand Entrance down onto Yipsy. Amazing Feather Storm into the Shield of Daybreak from Yipsy as well, but Monkey going to get the pullback. Yipsy taken very low. But all in all, the ultimate for nothing burned from the side of GSG. Very favorable trade in the bot lane there. Meanwhile, topside Golem does find the stun into the Grand Challenge being issued. World Ender being popped by Great Ribman, taking Golem extremely low. Last Vital is going to get popped. And here's Black Eyed Peas looking for something to do. Not quite able to find it. Oh, that was a lot of action for no blood.
That was fun. That's all I got to say. That was a really fun trade to watch. They knew exactly what the others were trying to do, and it was just all mind games. It's all mechanics, all mind games.
Yeah, very, very fun fight to watch in the top side. Even if nothing came of it, Fiora does get to stay in the lane, but in terms of, kills, nothing there. Meanwhile, though, Drake spawning in 4 seconds. Tex, what are you expecting to see? Is actually, I'm going to cut you off as I lead you in. Life trying to dash forward. And now I'll let you answer the question. Maybe, because Life looks to want to pop the ultimate, maybe? No?
I was thinking about it. I think he just ranked it up. Maybe.
I keep trying to lead you, and they keep baiting me into fights, and...
That's all right. That's what this game has been, is skirmish after skirmish after skirmish in the top and bot lane.
Viego picked up Herald in the meantime, so it looks like Drake will just go over. Monkey, though, gets tagged up by another Zenith Blade into the Shield of Daybreak. Recon coming through as well as just a disengage tool. So Yipsy does not have
on
the
their way.
Yep. Flash Zenith Blade coming out. Monkey is going to get stunned up. Foxy picks that one up in the bot lane. Very big pickup for this Kai'Sa to get back into this one. Oh, Orianna, though.
Extend?
Yeah, it looks like it just might. Ultimate is available for Reality. Flash being burned by the Victor into the Shockwave. Knockup from the Recon. Reality picks up the kill. 2-0-0 on the Volibear at the moment.
Herald getting dropped mid. Yeah, you asked me what I think's gonna happen next. I think the answer, if I was a betting man, was someone's gonna fight someone else.
Oh my gosh.
There's been not a moment where there hasn't been action this entire game. It's surprising, it's 12 minutes in with only 4 kills, but it is constant action.
Yeah, I mean, it's been very back and forth. We saw a lot of skirmishing and trading happening in the top side that ended in no kills. It's been very tense, definitely. So,
and so far, not an incredible amount of gold advantage by matchups, except for that mid lane where Victor and Orianna, Shangu versus James Moriarty, 20 farm lead at 12 minutes. I'm a little concerned that may be paying, setting up GSG for a really rough mid game.
Another good stun coming down from Golem, but does not hit the Vital. Does just now get that one. Hits another Vital. World Ender coming through as well. 2 Vitals popped by Golem. Here comes the 4th. And Golem's just going to win the trade. Maybe. Actually, it's close, but Golem picks up the kill in the heal zone of the Grand Challenge.
If one of those guys gets Grievous Wounds at any point, the other one just starts losing. Because those fights are so close, and it's just whoever hits that one extra healing.
Shockwave onto Shangu. The phase rush as well. The solo kill for Moriarty in the mid lane. This is what we were expecting coming into tonight.
Getting a little concerned. There's
Mew Life ultimate flash into the W, and the pullback from Xayah. Monkey is going to take down Yipsy. Foxy taken relatively low as well. The Black Eyed Peas saying, don't stop the party. Trying to go forward. Does not find the Heartbreaker, though. And ultimately, the cooldown burned for just the heal off of Monkey. Not ideal. Very big pickup for BDE in the bot lane.
These plays are 55-45, right? They're really close, but BDE just keeps coming out a little bit on top, and that's a compounding effect. And it's 6-1. They're up, surprisingly, only 2K, but I'm a little concerned. I think that with the item breakpoints coming in,
Reality doesn't have flash, does not have access to the ultimate, is going to get stunned up by Yipsy. The kill goes over to Foxy. Now Black Eyed Peas is Volibear because Viego. And Yipsy trying to find something on the Mew Life will not be able to do so. And the Grand Entrance misses, the Zenith Blade misses, everything misses, and everyone just walks away. But very good punish from Black Eyed Peas on the overstaying Volibear of Reality.
And that's how you're going to make Tex feel a little bit better. Trying to grab those little wins, trying to claw back at those compounding little wins that BDE has been getting over you in these trades. We do have Dragon coming up in a minute 30. I want to see how these teams approach the situation, right? Mid lane turrets are getting a little weak. Sorry. Well, one mid lane turret is down. That's what I was getting at. So first turret went down mid. Are BDE going to try to prep for this Dragon, or are they comfortable with the 2 that they have?
Yeah, we will have to see. Yipsy playing a little over-aggressive in the bot lane at the moment. Kai'Sa's on the way back, though. Foxy doing fairly well after a rough early game here. But in the top side, Great Redman, he bought that fun item that we were talking about, the Grievous Wounds.
Grievous Wounds, there we go.
I don't know, that's Oblivion Orb, right? The sword? Joke. Yeah, Executioner's calling, but, you know. Let me have fun. Golem still trying to trade, though, with the Aatrox, doing fairly well. And Viego opting into first item, Blade of the Ruined King. Tex, how do you feel about this one?
I think Divine Sunder might just have been a better pick.
Yeah. I think
like,
that's
I just think the
a good
money,
call.
the timing.
Oh my
wow,
god,
damage.
Foxy having to flash and heal from the shockwave just to stay alive, but you know you're dead. Yipsy trying to Zenith Blade to get out. Might have to try and flash to get out, but will just end up falling. Double kill for Moriarty. That's just Ludin Sorks. Did not have any stacks of the Dark Seal yet. That's nuts.
That's nuts. We found our answer to our question again, and that's we're gonna fight someone. How do we prepare for Dragon? We go and fight someone, win it, take Dragon. James Moriarty with his still persistent 20 farm lead, growing kill lead, and item advantage says, I'm gonna come down here, gonna get my TP, and we're gonna just smash some faces, right? Like we're just gonna beat up some kids, take their lunch money.
Black-eyed
Viego is in trouble.
Starting up the Herald, the whole team of BDE is here. Flash from the Viego, he's gonna fall. Life picks up the kill with the Ignite, but Shangu's in the area. Stormbringer coming down from the Volibear. Foxy picks up the kill on the Recon on the backside. Moriarty having to try and run away. Foxy taken to about a quarter HP. Herald still goes over to GSG, so actually, they respond extremely well to that and punish BDE for looking.
All right, that's a fight that tips in their favor. So far, I think that might be one of two instances where a trade has tipped in, even if just slightly, the favor of GSG. That's what they need. Need to keep doing that.
Wow.
Keep pulling apart BDE, making sure that things like James Moriarty's flash are down. James Moriarty did not have ulti until the last second of that last fight, and they were able to capitalize on that because his damage output was only so much.
Oh, the Zenith Blade, though, still goes down. Life is going to be taken extremely low, but Great Ripman will just end up falling. Reality chasing down Foxy now on the Kaisa, and it might just be too little too late for Foxy. Will end up falling as well. Reality unstoppable on this Volibear, just running at people. Oh my lord. Very good punish from BDE now on the overextension from GSG.
Absolutely. And there it is. The little things that they gained, they lost with that overextension. Get the turret and get out. Without Recon is the only tool that BDE has in the essence of Volibear to get in on you. He went in, you beat him up, he got out. You did not need to go any further than that.
Yeah, the flash into the backline from Great Ripman definitely felt a little overeager, a little over-aggressive, and he ended up paying his life for it. Yipsy, you can't walk there. Volibear picking up his 4th kill of the game. Reality looking nuts on the pick right now. Foxy does find the Void Seeker, but does not want to look for that. Rightfully so. Shockwave gonna go wide, however. Life flashing to get the charm down. Viego gonna try and get the ult out. Great Ripman still, though, dealing with the Volibear, trying to just live. Reality having to flash to get out, but Oriana's damage here is nuts. Great Ripman. Oh, the Ludin's proc!
The Ludin's proc, baby!
Oh, Foxy, that's rough.
Foxy trying to be a good teammate, but little did they know.
Life gonna try and get the grand entrance forward, does not end up finding it. Black-eyed Peas, you cannot walk there, buddy. The stun coming down, though, from Yipsy onto Reality. Ultimate gonna go a little wide, unfortunately. Life taken very low. Foxy might look for this, but really shouldn't. A great ult from the Xayah. Double kill for Monkey on the pick. And Foxy, they are all so low, but you can't look. Shangu wants it too, though. Gravity field not enough.
Here's that 4-1 we were talking about. It's coming into play, and it's just they picked up these minor to moderate wins from fights. Things going a little bit in their favor, and now everyone on the team has a bounty.
Shockwave.
Oh my god.
Command attack, command dissonance, command shockwave, command attack. Victor dies. That's incredible. Yeah.
Brennan, help me here, man. I'm kind of at a loss for words. This is a disciplined game from BDE, right? They came into that early game. Volibear got first blood. They see some stuff going on the top side. Picks up some objectives trade. Picks up some gold on the other side of the map, and it's constantly just getting. Every single player feels like is like, how do I get a little bit of something? every little instance, every little trade, every little thing that goes on. How do I get a little bit of something without overextending, without putting myself in a position where someone can just kill me, deny me gold, whatever. It's just those little wins, and they compound, and now they're all just so far ahead, right? This gold difference is is literally at 6,000. They're up 11 kills. They have 3 dragons to none.
Oh, a gray solar flare coming down, and now actually Monkey's just gonna get popped. Foxy picking that one up, but stops to auto award, having to flash Gale Force out. Mew Life taken low. Shockwave on the 2, doesn't quite do a ton of damage. Black Eyed Peas still staying alive, however. Shangu taken extremely low. Blue Smite coming down from Reality onto the Victor as well. Great Ribbon in the area. Mew Life, though, with the ultimate, trying to do something. Grand Entrance will not find its mark, trying to get out with that one, but Cloud Soul is on the cards now for BDE. Fiora pushing down the top lane, and it looks like Foxy, Shangu both having to take a reset. Not what you want to see if you are on the side of GSG.
Yeah, this is going to be sole point. There's no stealing this. You have to control waves. You have to deal with the split push.
Yeah, Golem. This is free.
So long as Orianna is up and protected by the rest of their team, you cannot team fight with the state your team is in now. You have one tank, and that's Leona. They are not tanky enough. Sorry, they are not tanky enough to deal with an Orianna plus a Volibear plus a Rakan.
Oh my gosh, the Blast Cone, Yipsy. Just good night, bud. Golem 3-0 on the Fiora. That's rough.
Yeah, they step in, they take the Baron. That's the smart play. This is just, there's a lot of gut play, tactical play, in the moment play coming out of BDE. They're playing, what are we doing in the next 3 minutes? What are we doing in the next 30 seconds? We fight this, we look up, there's a Baron. We look up, there's a fight. We look up, there's the Blast Cone in Leona. We grab these things, we go back to base, we get out here, and we see what's up next. They're not looking at, we're going to have some master plan. Maybe they are, right? I'm not in their heads, but it just feels like there's not a huge master plan. They're just focusing on, in the moment, what do I get that's going to give me even a minor advantage? Now, GSG, on the other side, need to slow it down, right? They need to get items. They need to get Viego some time to get some gold on to spend his gold, get his Divine Sunderer. We need Leona and Aatrox to get thick, right? And obviously, you need Kai'Sa to get her items. Kai'Sa has been putting in work. Has been a pretty, and same with Victor, right? He's already doing a pretty good amount of damage. They just need a good 2 or 3 team fights.
Dang you cannot walk there. Gets one shot in the duration of the stun and the knockup. Very big pick from this side of BDE. Oh, just
can't walk there. You can't do that.
That's rough.
Well, it looks like the base, the base are theirs. It's falling apart. TCR Reality says, Foxy, you need to keep a healthy distance.
Oh, Stormbringer disables the turret, but does not do much more than that. So just the cooldown burned. For the cooldown of the Gale Force, to be fair. Great Ribbon enjoying Fiora gameplay in the bot lane. Shockwave goes wide. Moriarty with the shrug emote. Love it. Grand Entrance down from Mew Life. Does just dash back out to safety. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a slow, methodical game from here on out for the side of BDE, right? One inhib down,
yeah.
A second about to fall, turret falling in the mid lane, solar flare down from Yipsy, but Yipsy's not going to be able to take this and gets popped. Monkey's going to pick that one up. Third inhib going to fall.
This game just plays itself out at this point. And I think it maybe plays itself out in the next minute. You got 2 Baroned up cannons, you got a full team in purple, and you got a full team. TP coming in from James Moriarty.
Yeah, 16 stack Orianna. Just
what did that? Was that an auto attack?
Yep. Mew Life, quickness, Grand Entrance, exit. Cool. Yeah, I mean, there's really not much that GSGG can do at this point. And it looks like that's just going to be the nail in the coffin. Grand Entrance down onto Great Ribbon. The 4-man Shockwave, 4-man Stormbringer, 4-man pullback from the Xayah. And that is 5 people dead for GSG. BDE with a quick 2-0 on the night.
BDE took deep offense to the first blood from the last game. Took them about 8 to 12 minutes in that first game to figure it out, and ever since then, it's just running. They were just running with it. Absolutely phenomenal.
Oh.
I gotta say, I don't know if you want to jump onto this point yet, but I know who my MVP of this game is.
It's fairly obvious. They might have done the most damage in the game by twice as much as the next highest. Potentially.
Well, maybe mine's different than yours.
Oh, really?
Mine sits for the match. For this match, my MVP is definitely TCR Reality. That is not to downplay the absolutely phenomenal play from James Moriarty.
Yeah, Moriarty.
First game, solid Seraphim autopilot. Second game, great Orianna moves, right? But both games, I saw so much out of Reality. I was a big fan.
Game 1 Seraphim. Yeah, that's fair. I kind of blocked that from my memory. But, I mean, there were a lot of good points for GSG in this series, right? I think we saw, especially in Game 1, a lot of their aggression and a lot of how they looked to play the game, and it looked very good for them. Game 2, we had question marks around the Fiora pick. We thought it was going to be a little rough of a composition. Yeah, BDE made sure that we shut up, like, instantly. They said, no, we're just going to steamroll. Like, this is our game. We're going to win, and we're going to make sure that everyone knows we're going to win. And while you and I both were saying, yeah, we would have loved to see more of a team-fighty top laner, if you're able to make this composition work, adding the fact that you are able to play 1-4 against teams in week 2 of a tournament is incredible and very difficult to try and play against in these early weeks. So it definitely shows a lot of strength coming out from the BDE roster.
To talk a little bit about GSG Gamma, I think they're a team that needs refinement.
Yes.
I think they've got some good points. I think they've got the fundamentals there. Their mid laner is solid. Their jungler is solid. Their bot lane is solid. These are things that got outclassed, I think, in this game, but they did not get outclassed in a way that's like, you don't belong to here. They definitely belong here. They are part of the competition, and they can go blow for blow and try to take some punches. Things just kind of compounded and snowballed away from them, especially in that second game. I think Ipsy has this incredible aggressive style that I'm always a big fan of, right? And I think with a little bit more refinement, a little bit more synergy there, picking the right fights, right? Be aggressive, but be aggressive with patience.
Yeah.
And seeing some more of the, I thought the jungler Black Eyed Peas had a pretty standout performance this time, and I want to see them. I want to see them refine their way to play the game, right? They had some impactful moments. They had some good moves, especially in the second game when they were trying to do the classic, what TCR did in the first game. Hey,
Viego things.
Do the Viego things, right?
Yeah.
There's definitely some stuff there for them to work on, and I think this is definitely a good series to probably VOD review, at least to a degree. Yeah. But also get yourself some distance from the games, get some solo queue in, and just refine your playstyle. I'm excited to see where GSG Gamma goes. But on the night, BDE came out to play. BDE Sapphire showed up. TCR Reality, Golem, and Moriarty, Monkey, Mew Life. All of these guys had moments, beautiful moments, great moments. That double kill on Xayah in that mid lane.
Oh my gosh.
Towards the end of that game. That was just clean. I liked that.
I mean, I think there's also something to be said. Black Eyed Peas, I think, kind of got overshadowed in Game 1. I thought the Xin Zhao was actually pretty effective in the early to mid stages. It felt like, he was able to do something, which, especially after watching how the second game played out, is very, good for this team. I think putting your jungler onto more playmakers definitely seems to be the way to go. It felt very cohesive in the first game, so I'd love to see that come out from this team more. Oh my gosh, these two teams, they do not disappoint with games at all. This was a very, very fun set of games. Even if game 2, BDE just,
they were running with it, but at no point did GSG say, all right,
we're done. No, they kept going.
Was in there. Ipsy's like, I'm going to flash in, I'm going to throw my Zenith Blade, and we're going to fight. And I'm here for it. Absolutely here for it.
Well, you're a Pantheon player, so grain of salt.
Oh, yeah.
But with that said, that's going to do it for us here on the night. Big Duck Entourage Sapphire taking the 2-0 over Goon Squad Gaming Gamma. Still hard to say. I've been doing it all night.
You did it. The last one for tonight.
Yeah. And just these two teams. I love you both. Don't play each other again, please. It is so hard. It's fine. But with that said, that's going to do it for us here on the broadcast. BDE 2-0 over GSG. Back and forth game 1, convincing game 2, but ultimately they come out with the win. We hope you have a great rest of your night and take care.